easily destroyed.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. We are going to take a turbo lift, which was over here maybe? Where was the turbo lift? Emergency hatch. I think I'm going the right way. Anyway, we'll find out. Yeah, it's here. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's head to the Peragus mining tunnels with Balin's skull. Unfortunately, any advice I'm being shouted at this moment.
Can you read me?
Recording a few in a row. Barely. There's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Peragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
Sure. I'll be careful then. If you detect anything, signal me.
Will do. And be careful down there.
I finally got some clothes.
Find the emergency supplies?
Yes, it looks like there's some clothes in here.
About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines, and the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
There's some kind of mining energy shield in this crate,
It's
too.
like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids.
This sounds useful. How do I use it?
Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Again, it won't last forever, so make it count.
Understood. Anything else?
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
Can I sneak by them?
You could, if you have the skill in a stealth field generator. These droids rely on thermal sensors, primarily to detect fuel deposits. The good thing is, that explosion down there kicked up so much heat and steam it may blind them. A bit, but not much.
And if they spot
Now,
me?
these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibro blade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is.
Shielded.
Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, the shields may absorb laser fire. You can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field around the target. If they activate a shield, the best thing you can do is hit them with a melee weapon or try to burn out the shield with continual fire. But that could take a while, and it leaves you a target.
I'll do that. Anything
There's
else?
gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Well, let's start equipping things. I would rather have the stealth generator. And I can just switch them back and forth. Cool. We just got a huge info dump, so let's update that save and press on.
picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if the mines don't get you first. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic charges a little easier.
Why are there so many charges?
Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for mining. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
Understood. Balance skull out. I am wearing the... Yeah, I am wearing the stealth field generator. I don't see where to use it from. Oh, I can just switch it there. That's cool. I'll leave it alone. Oh, there's a lot. Let's update that save. I don't know what I'm missing on how to activate that. Come on. Oh, okay. Is that a better sword? No, it's not even a sword. Whatever it is. That was quite a toss. We're doing all right. Why did the droid have credits, you ask? I don't know. Maybe to feed his poor little droid kids.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly enough.
Right. Understood. to fight to clear this room out for sure. Ooh, I wasn't sure if I would pull that one off. Ho 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 ho. Oof. Huck a grenade at it. Oh, the red one didn't give me anything? I thought the red one would have given me something.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on.
Right. They're just mine droids out there. They're sensor balls, too.
It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Understood. Made it look like there was one behind me, but I don't see it. Huck the grenade. Good synchronized animation there. And huck the grenade. Call up droid command functions. Add other droids, cancel my droids, functions reassigned. I don't have enough spikes. Continue. Don't have enough spikes for any of that. Shut down the containment fields. Turn to main functions. Camera. Fuel depot's got stuff.
Everybody here? What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with him on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So he's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. He's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If he's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have him walking around here. I don't know what he'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Gorda, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
Ooh, I'm surrounded. Alright, I've spent all my grenades. Let's begin the fight. I know there's a red one up in the corner there. Let's go get him. Oh dear. There we go. I was getting a little concerned there. I was about to say, there should be one more over here at least. Huh? What kind of readings? Cave feels divided, tunnels are shining down. Yeah, there before they fed fuel. Starts the asteroid through the tunnels. How much time do I have?
I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Uh-oh. Surely this is where I need to be. Things are getting spicy now. Okay, where the freak did this guy go? You, sir. Meet my vibro blade. Remains. Give it to me. Sonic charge. I haven't been able to pick any of the sonic charges up. That's not good. There we go. Not sure why we took offense to this guy specifically, but we did, and now we're here. Alright, I guess I'm just getting out of here. Good tactical roll there. There's another dead miner. Might not be dead. Is that the one with Revan face? No, that's the guy from main comm. Hello, HK unit.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
He was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else for me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Looking for way into the Peragus hangar bay.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
What about the override codes?
Answer. Only the Peragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
It's possible to contact him using a comm link.
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comm link would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
There must be another way.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Those miners could be hurt or in danger.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
I'm gonna find those miners and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master. But there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Alright.
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed. Musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed.
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
You said you already have the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us. Of course, Master.
What's the body?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
You say anything?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone there! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life. Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed.
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code. Of course. Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This mod has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats. Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result,
I wonder if he is
I have chosen
HK
instead
47.
to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Well, what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Peragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Wait all you want, but I gotta hear my own.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape. Of course.
Well, let's go for it. He might turn on me.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master.
Okay.
With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The Captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
Well, what happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you tell me anyway?
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of that?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated.
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Drug.
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Locked.
Clarification, by locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
What happened next?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea what attacked the freighter?
Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure. Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty.
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress. Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi. Surprised answer. I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty. Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay.
The king of yapping.
One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then,
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
so what happened to the rest of the miners?
Began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough.
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level. Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Do I have any more questions for him? Oh boy. HK Protocol Droid, the Master Yapper. Okay. So we're gonna call that episode there. I got one more to record tonight. It's now midnight, but I want to get another one done. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. May the Force be with you, and bye for now.